Well, hi there, darlings. What's up? If you're new here, hi, I'm Liz, and I like makeup, and I'm kind of a weirdo, and that's cool. So if you like those things too, you're in the right place. And welcome to any of my new subscribers, which feels so weird to say, but like, bitch, here we are. See, according to YouTube's new monetization rules, I would already be demonetized, but guess what? I'm not even monetized to begin with. So, I got new palettes for Christmas, and so I'm going to use one of them today. So, my hubby, because he is a very smart husband, looked at my wish list on YouTube, or not YouTube, I'm sorry, Instagram, and saw that I wanted the new palette from Beauté. So this is the Aura palette. Look how pretty it is. This is the only way, by the way, I figured out how to get this to focus on cinema mode, which I'm trying. I'm trying cinematic mode right now. We'll see how this works out. I've never tried this before. But yeah, it's very pretty. Levi's awake. I have a son and a daughter, but my son is awake and he should be napping. So he's going to stay in his crib for now because he needs to nap. So I'm going to use this palette today and we're going to play with it, and I will insert swatches here. Look, you're gandering at the swatches right now. Super. Okay, and we're back. So those are the swatches, and I'm going to make an eye look today. Now, when I use an eyeshadow palette for the first time, generally, I don't like to use a primer with it. I don't like to use a primer anyway, but I definitely don't the first time I use a palette because I want to see how it does on its own without any kind of like assistance. So my eyelids are pretty normal, sometimes a little bit dry, so I can get away with a lot. And I do have like hooded eyes, so you know, if a shadow is going to crease, I'd like to know that before I go in, and then I know I have to use a primer with it later. Does that make sense? So the only things I've done to my face so far is I guess I should have moisturized. Okay, we're back. I have put on my eye cream, which is the Cheer Up by Pharmacy. Cheer Up by Pharmacy. And I put on some of this. It's by Mamonde, M-A-M-O-N-D-E. It's a water cream. I don't know, right there, that. It's like a rose water gel cream. It's not my normal moisturizer I would use. Oh, sorry, hold on, adjustments. Adjustments are necessary. It's not my normal moisturizer that I would use, but that one's kind of thick and it takes a long time to dry down. So we're gonna do something different. Just because I don't want my face to be like gooey when I put on my tinted moisturizer BB cream thing. So, all right, so we're gonna use this palette today, and I think I'm gonna do a purple look because this palette is very purple. It's very, I see a lot I could do, but I think I'm gonna do a purple look today. Do I want to do warm purple, or do I want to do like, kind of want to do a little bit cooler purple? So let's do that. So I think I'm gonna grab the shade Wistful right here, and I'm gonna start with that one. So, man, what a week in the beauty space. Like, Morphe closing down its stores and all this, like, people losing their jobs with zero notice, which I know is, like, a hot topic right now. But, like, there's a right way to do business and there's a wrong way to do business, in my opinion. You can have yours if you want to. It's whatever. But there's a right way and a wrong way to do business, and I think being a dickhead and giving your employees zero notice, because let's face it, if those employees had notice, there's no fucking way they would have showed up, right? Would you have? If your job came to you and said, guess what? You're not going to have a job in like 2 weeks, but we want you to spend all your time working here and not looking for a job elsewhere. And you're still going to have to come in and like pack everything up, and we're not gonna give you any other info. Would you stay at that job? No, I wouldn't. So I mean, I understand as a business maneuver why they didn't tell their employees, but I don't like it. And I don't think that it's a respectable way to do business. So all those people are now, you know, post holidays or, oh, I'm using this Blend Bunny Cosmetics. This is their B1, but I'm just starting with that shade Wistful. But there's a right way to do business and a wrong way to do business. And, you know, I think that's a really shitty way to do business. Like, I don't know. I wasn't around for Dramageddon. I've seen snippets on YouTube, but I was not like around for the drama. Does that make sense? Like, I didn't follow it. I don't care. Excuse me, every so often I'll hear Tati mention something, or like Jeffrey and Shane Dawson and James Charles and all of the like the huge beauty creators that were around when that happened. I'll hear them talk about, like, you know, because I don't really follow James Charles. I follow Shane Dawson, but I never watch any of like the mountainous movies that he creates. But it's just, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, I wasn't around for all that. I don't know all of the tea, and honestly, I don't care to find out. But I just, you know, I don't know. I know there were all big Morphe influencers, and when Dramageddon happened, like, Morphe lost a lot of money because all of a sudden people are like, oh my God, like, you're selling us something, but that you don't like actually use, or you manipulate it to make money. Like, you mean people manipulating what they do online to make money? Wait, that's a surprise. I don't know. It wasn't a surprise to me, but anyway, I don't know. It's just, I didn't follow any of that mess. And honestly, I didn't blink at Morphe. I haven't liked any of the Morphe things that I've tried. And I know people have said, you know, their brushes are great and blah, blah, blah. But honestly, like, I was balling on a budget for a while, like extra while, and here we are again. But I was balling on a budget for a while, and I didn't feel like I used the Real Technique brushes, or I only used a couple of brushes at first. Like, when I first started doing makeup, I would literally just like smear shimmer on my lid and call it a day. Like, I didn't create any definition. I was very much like a one and done kind of person. And you know, it's just, I didn't really get into makeup like at my current level until I was home with my daughter. Like, after I had my daughter and I was home with her, that's when you know, I actually like really started getting into makeup. I didn't wear it like my whole adult life. My mom never wore makeup. Like, I used mascara, and that was it. And I was always kind of intimidated by it. I don't feel like people need makeup, but if you like makeup, use it. Like, I don't care who you are, or, you know, it's just, I don't know. It was something that I didn't get into until I had my daughter and I was home with her, and I was like, you know, I had to go to a wedding, okay? And this is what the catalyst was for me, okay? So I went to a wedding, and we paid somebody to do, actually the bride paid for somebody to do our makeup as bridesmaids, because I was a bridesmaid. And they did my makeup, and I felt beautiful. I feel like she did a great job, right? Until one of the other girls who was there, who was really into makeup, started saying, you know, she didn't give any contour really that would show up in photographs. Go to bed! She didn't give like any contour to speak of. She didn't really give us any bronzing. Like, she didn't really like do any bronzing. Go to bed! We're descending into chaos. My neighbor right now will not get off of his fucking leaf blower. He's been on it for 40 minutes now. I waited to film this. Levi's not gonna give up either. He waited. I waited 40 minutes for him to get off his leaf blower. I give up. I'm like, I want to make content for my page. And here we are. So he just, you know what it is he got it for his birthday. And I love my neighbor. He is so legit, okay? But he has a little bit of an obsession with his yard. I mean, there are worse things, but he is very much like that person that stripes his yard, like with the grass mowing. Like he mows it and then he goes over it and he stripes it with like one of those pull behind striper thingies. It looks real nice, don't get me wrong, but okay. So I think this color is pretty much done. It's going to be blended out, but let's see, what brush is this? I think I'm going to use this Blend Bunny B5 brush here, and I am just going to soften those lines real quick. So he is obsessed with his yard, and as a property owner, that's fine. That's cool. But yeah, it's just a thing. Oh, by the way, for my indie makeup lovers who are in the audience today, did you see that Blend Bunny is releasing like teasers of their next palette, which I think launches on either the 24th or the 20th of this month? Did you see? If you didn't see, you need to go look. It's like mermaid and like siren-esque. See, I do have a little bit of fallout with that dark purple shade. I think that's going to be a pain in the ass to get up because I didn't put any powder down first because I haven't done the rest of my makeup. So we gonna find out. Okay, so let's blend. The edges are softened just a little bit. Go to bed. I'm going to go with this color Soulful right here. But so she started releasing teasers for her new palette. I'm gonna buy it. If I don't buy it right away, because I'm really trying to be good, okay? But wow, I am failing miserably at this eye. You know what? We're just gonna go with it. It's just gonna be what it's gonna be, because I'm not gonna redo it. But I feel like I'm failing miserably at this today. But she's releasing teasers for her new collection. I don't know if it's going to be a collection or if it's just going to be a palette, but it was like mermaid and siren, like siren song and like mermaid tail showing. I think that it's going to be a follow-up to All Done Up, but with like cool tones. So like a similar format to All Done Up, but I think it's going to have cool tones. That's my guess. That's my guess. I have said it here now. That is my guess. So, but I guess we'll find out here in the next couple of days. I hope I have this video up by the time they release sneak peeks of the palettes. Normally like turnaround for me is just a couple of days. Where like, it just really depends on if I get time to actually film swatches or like if the lighting's good, like if the weather holds. And I live in Florida, like, you know, if you've been here before, you know that by now. So it's like, it's generally fine. Like our weather's great. Oh my gosh, what did I get? Did I have stuff? I did. God, I'm a dumbass sometimes. But it just depends if the weather is going to hold or not. And, you know, I have to make sure this, by the way, this gel moisturizer that I put on is not setting down. It is not drying down the way I need it to. I didn't put that much on. I just put a little bit, but I was like, no, as I'm feeling my eyes now, you know, as I'm feeling my face now, it is not setting down well. I don't know how I feel about this dark purple shade. We'll see how it goes like as time goes on. I was not familiar with Ace Beauté's old formula. But I don't know how I'm feeling about how this is coming out so far. So I'm going to do purple, but I think I kind of want to do, this green on the lid. And then maybe like this in the inner corner, or maybe this. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see how we do. So this green is, I'm going to put down some glitter primer. The NYX glitter primer has been my go-to. I do have another one by Kaima, Kaima Cosmetics. And I'm not sure how I feel about that one yet. I just use, by the way, like the tiniest amount. It's like a little pin size amount, and I put it on with my finger. And I just tap it out like this. I just, oops, got it on my eyelashes. I just tappa until it feels tacky. And then I do one eye at a time. So when I put my, I know that that was a question by somebody. I'm sorry that I'm forgetting your name right now. But when I put the NYX glitter primer on, I just do like the size of a pinhead and then go from there. So here's the green shade. Ooh, she cute. Okay, let's see how it goes on the lid. Oh my God, bitch. So my hubby, because he is a wise man, he actually got me four palettes, four, count them, four. Bitch, that green though, she cute. So he got me 4 palettes for Christmas. He got me this palette. He got me its sister in release, the Envy palette. He got me the Serenity palette by Ace Beauté, not by Cosmic Brushes, but Ace Beauté. It's a very neutral palette. And he got me the Tropical Vibes palette because I really wanted that one. And so he got that for me, and I'm just tickled pink. So I wasn't sure he was going to do anything, but then I saw that package come in like 2 weeks before Christmas, and it sat, because my husband works like weird hours. It sat on the counter until the day, like till Christmas Eve. So I was staring at that package knowing that there was something in there for me, because I can't imagine he would have ordered eyeshadow for himself. He's not that kind of person. But I was like, for like weeks, slow torture. I kind of feel like it was deliberate, just saying. So, oh my gosh, this is so pretty. This green though. That purple looks kind of patchy here. That could just be me. It could just be like my application. I don't know, but it is going to require further looking into. That's for damn sure. So I'm going to use this color Entrance next, which is like this one. I think I'm going to place this just on the outer lid over here. Just kind of see how that looks. But oh yes, you are so cute. I'm just going to tap it and blend it with my finger a little bit. I use what I call the rule of thirds, and I don't know if that is like an actual thing, like if it has an actual name. If you know this, please comment below and let me know. But I use like what I call the rule of thirds. So when I'm doing like my inner eye, if I have multiple shimmers, I do the first third, a lighter color. There's a center lid color that takes here, and then the last third is usually a darker color for contrast. And it doesn't matter that if it's like if it's mattes or if it's sparkles. I use the rule of thirds just to kind of create definition on my lid. Like I said, I don't know if that's like an actual like proper name for it, but that's what I do. So, okay, I think I'm going to do the inner corner here. Did I get any of that? No, we're good. Okay, so I think I'm going to use, thank you, Levi. I think I'm going to use this shade here. Do I want to put it on my inner lid right here? I kind of don't. I do, but I don't. Let's see. Just touching up that a little bit because I got a little bit of that pinky color on this other part of my lid, and I don't want to do that. So I think I'm actually going to use, let me use this light color purple halo here. I think that's going to round the look out like nicely. But yeah, so he got me 4 palettes and they sat there and I had to like wait. And I have a seemingly endless supply of patience. I worked retail for a really long time. I'm a stay-at-home mom now with my little guy. And my daughter recently, she's been in preschool. Thank you, sir. But I'm a stay-at-home mom now, but I worked retail for a really long time. This purple it's nice, but I don't know if it's going to be as vibrant as what I want for my inner corner right now. So I think I am going to go in with the shade Moonlight here and see if I can get it to be a little bit brighter. I generally prefer something a little brighter. So, oh Oh yeah, that's much better. Much better. But I have to make sure I repeat that on the other side, or like, what do you think? I think it looks nice. Oh, we're missing a little patch right there. Tappa tappa. But yeah, I have a seemingly endless supply of patience after working. Listen, friends, I have been called the C word. You know, the one that's like, see you next Tuesday over a can of green beans. Okay. So like, I've been yelled at, I've been screamed at, I've been spit on. I've had somebody grab my arm. I was 17 and he grabbed my arm. Whoo, girl. I have never seen a manager get across a register so fast. She don't snatch him. Like, and I was just flummoxed. Like, it's crazy. But anyway, okay. I think that's gonna be nice. I don't know. We're gonna find out how this is gonna come together. Maybe I'll put like burgundy on my like waterline. Okay, so let me repeat this process on the other side and we're gonna go from there. So, okay. All right. Okay. So let's start with the base. So I did already prime my face with this Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. That's kind of my go-to. If you guys have been here, you already know that. So, yeah. So it's just, you know, he got me 4 palettes. And so I am on my quest to, I'm using my Joah Beauty BB cream. I think this formula is starting to change. I'm not sure if it's my skin that's changing or if the formula is aging, but it definitely feels different. Like the finish is different and maybe my skin tone is darker. I can't imagine that it is, but I feel like it's pulling a lot lighter on my skin now than it used to. And I find that very confusing. So, and I'm using, I think this is by It's Belle, but, so it's pulling a little bit lighter on my skin tone than it used to. And I'm thinking that my skin tone, go to sleep, my son. Okay. So it's pulling lighter on my skin tone than it used to. And I find that very confusing. Oh, if my lips look shiny, I do have some of the Lunar Beauty lip oil in like the watermelon one. Because I am trying to finish that. Pull that down my neck a little bit. I am trying to finish that. I do have a backup of that. I do have a backup of that because when I placed my Lunar Beauty oil, they sent me a duplicate. And I messaged them several times about it, if they wanted me to send it back or like what they wanted me to do about it. And they never answered me. So it's mine now, I guess. But they sent me a duplicate of my exact order, like everything, the advent calendar, the Lunar Beauty blush palette, the Mood Prism, everything. It was like $90 for the stuff. I was like, hey, do you want me to send this back to you? And I never got, I emailed them like twice. I DM'd them on Instagram and I never got a response from them. So I was just like, well, time has passed, so I guess it's mine. So I gave the extra advent calendar away and I'm gonna use my Shape tape. Actually, do I wanna use this? I'm trying to focus on using up the NARS one, but I'd rather use my Shape tape today, I think. But I never got a response from them. So, you know, this is, I don't really want to put that there. Do I want to put some here? I feel like my mustache is a little darker than normal. Boop. But I never got a response. So it's mine and I gave it away. I think I'm going to do the extra blush palette. I think I'm going to give that away in like a giveaway when my channel gets to 1,000 subscribers. I think that's what I'm going to do. See that little red mark? Hi, Bubba. Go night-night, baby. When I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to do a giveaway. And I'm at 300 and something. So I got a little while, I think. But unless my rambling goes viral for whatever reason. We cover the tiredness. That's what we do. And we're back. I've given up on the nap. I just recognize it's never going to happen. I'm just gonna take my Charlotte Tilbury setting powder. I'm just gonna set these under eyes before I continue because I'm 36 and the creasing happens. I don't like bringing my concealer high, like up here, but sometimes I do it without paying attention because I am a flawed human and that's what happens. And then I'm like, oh shit, I need to make sure that I tap that out. So, but yeah. So, playing with all kinds of new makeup. Oh my gosh, there's so many things. Like, so Blend Bunny has released their snippets and I'm like, okay, I gotta hurry up and use all of my untouched palettes because it's gonna release. Oh my, there's so many things. There's so many good things coming. I think this year is gonna be a really good year. I do. Oh no, come back. Oops. So I think this year is gonna be a really good year. That's just my predictions. I really hope I'm right. But I'm gonna use my Tarte Sea Breezy. But I think it's going to be a good year. I don't want to jinx myself, you know, because the world is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. I can't control any of that. I can only control how I respond to it. And I can control my actions. I can't control anyone else. So I am trying to read more. I feel like I always start out the year going really well. I set a book reading goal of 50 books a year, every year. And the highest I've made so far is 27. So last year did not make that. So I'm trying. I just finished The Ichabod by J.K. Rowling. I was given it for Christmas in 2021, and I didn't get to read it the whole year. Like, didn't make time to read it, I should say. I just finished it. I found it to be interesting, but I'm also really suspicious because it seemed like there were underlying political currents in it, but that's just me. But overall, I felt like it was a good story. I don't know if it was supposed to be a lesson. It felt pretentious a little bit, if I'm being honest. But anyway, I'm doing the blush in that palette. But so I've just finished that, and right now I'm reading, I just started it today, and I'm already like 30 pages in, because thankfully my little man likes to read too, so he was reading his books, and we were sitting there together, and I was reading my book. And it's called The Vegetarian by Hong Kang, and it's translated from a Korean story. I guess the original novel's in Korean. But so far, it's really interesting. Like, there's a certain, like, tempo that I notice in, I would say specifically Korean, because I'm more familiar with, like, that brand of entertainment. So, like, Korean television and music and now writing. So I find it really, like, the tempo is different, and I really like that, actually. But, yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. I don't know what else to say. Like, I'm enjoying it so far. It's about a woman who just wakes up after having, like, this violent, kind of horrid dream, and, decides that she's going to be a vegetarian, and then everybody else in her life trying to, like, her husband specifically, because the story starts out being narrated by her husband. We have not seen her point of view at all yet. So it's her husband, and then now her brother-in-law is the second voice of the narration. And I just find it to be really interesting. So the approach is really interesting. I do hope that we're going to get her approach at least towards the end. I'm just under halfway through done with it. I am applying my Charlotte Tilbury airbrush bronzer in medium. But so far, I think it's a really interesting book. Like, I don't, you know. So we'll see how it plays out. I think I'm going to use the Star Surfer palette by Kaleidos. I'm trying to decide if I like this. So I hear everybody rave about, you know, these highlighters online. And I don't wear a lot of highlighter, if I'm being honest. Like, you know, I don't have crazy big pores or anything like that, but I just, sometimes I don't feel like, I don't know, they do what I want, or they're either too bold, or I guess I like a little bit more natural highlight. And I know Kaleidos is not known for that. I'm gonna use a brush, I think. But I'm trying to decide if I like this. I definitely don't mind it on the nose. So far, I don't know, what highlight? I was really enjoying the Laura Mercier, like it's, I don't know if it's discontinued or not, but their highlighter, here we go. See, that's why I like that blush and bronzer combo so much, is because it has like almost a little bit of a glow in the blush to where like, I don't always need to wear a highlighter to have that little bit of glow, you know what I mean? Although this is going on really pretty in this lighting, but put a little bit up here. I like to glow. I don't like to be obnoxious most of the time. Well, I am who I am. Let's not pretend. But I like to glow a bit. I'm trying to decide if I want to do my brows because I just don't. Let's not pretend. All right, so let's do some under eye colors. Let's see. What do you think? Should we do the burgundy? Should we go that route, or should we do like this green? I kind of think the green would tie it together. So let's do that. So I'm just gonna use this Glam Light brush. It's stained because some of their shadows stain. Let's be 100, huh? So anyway, I'm really enjoying this book. It's kind of strange. Like the storyline is just, I find it to be interesting. Strange is not the right word. Ooh, hello green. I like this green. But I'm finding it to be very interesting so far. I know there's a lot of book lovers out there, so if you have any book suggestions, please leave them in the comment below. So I have a book club on Instagram with just a couple of friends of mine, and we have one book a month that we do, and this month is The Science of Murder, like the science behind the murder of Agatha Christie or something like that. It's a book, I just got it from the library, and my library system in Pinellas County is amazing. So you can request a book. Say for instance, your library doesn't have it, but the library 10 miles down the road does. You can request it being put on hold and they'll bring it to your library. If you select the pickup library as your library, they'll bring it to your library. Now it might take a week to get there, but they'll bring it to your library so that you can just pick it up at the one next to your house, which is really cool. That's really cool. But yeah, so I'm trying to save money in different ways. So this year, we spent an absurd amount of money on food last year, both at the grocery store and eating in restaurants and Starbucks and all of those things, right? And I really enjoy Starbucks, don't get me wrong, but I am trying to cut back. And I've had it twice this year, and one of those times it was free with my like points. But so I am trying to cut back on it, and I just, have saved a stupid amount of money already this year. Sorry, my brain just kind of stopped working there for a second. So I've saved an absurd amount of money on it by not going this year. I think, do I want to do like a little, let's do this color here, like right here, and it'll tie like the purples together, I think. But yeah, by not going, and I would normally have spent like $20, $30 at this point in the year on Starbucks. Levi's toys are singing now. I moved him. I gave up on that, and he's in the pack and play right next to me. So, because sometimes as a parent, you just give up. But I've saved an absurd amount of money already by not going. So, low-key proud of myself there. But, okay, here we go. I like this pop-up purple there. It's applying nicely with the brush. So sometimes you don't know, how it's gonna go, but oh yes. It's more pinky than purple, actually. I like this. I like using contrasting colors when I do looks sometimes. So you like, color theory is one of those things that is so useful in makeup. That I didn't bother to learn it really until I started doing makeup. So if you're just getting into makeup, definitely like look into color theory. It's a cool thing. So, all right. I'm going to finish up with liner, lashes, and then we'll do lip and we'll be done. All right, my darlings, we are back. And as Manny would say, back in the browser, done. I kind of did them. They're giving Count Olaf vibes for today from like Lemony Snicket. If you know, you know. But I'm going to do lips. So I think I'm just going to use this Bite Beauty Chai. It's like my focus lipstick. For the year. And I'm just going to haphazardly put some of that on. Did I get something on my cheek? I don't know. Wow. We are struggle bus. Yeah. So I get for trying to do it into the camera. I didn't feel like lining my lips. Honestly, I don't line my lips unless I'm really wearing a red or I just want to wear a gloss, but you know, guys, my face is still tacky. Still tacky. That moisturizer, it's just sitting there. Now it's sitting there under my BB cream, which I'm curious what that means for the longevity, because normally this BB cream is fabulous. Okay. I think that's probably good enough. It's going to come off in like 20 minutes when I make a sandwich anyway. But this is what we're working with today, friends. Thanks for being here. If you made it this far, leave me a purple emoji. Y'all know I love that eggplant emoji. The emoji, right? But this is a look that I came up with. It doesn't appear to be really creasing. It's hard for me to tell. Hold on. Let's get the handy dandy mirror. It's not really creasing, which is good. We like that. Considering that I'm not wearing a base on my eyelids. I'm just wearing that NYX glitter primer for the sparkles. So it's not really creasing. I have a little bit of patchiness over here. That could be me. It may not necessarily be the eyeshadow. So I am obviously going to play with this like palette more. I think I want to do a couple of like 2 looks, 1 palette kind of videos, just using palettes from my collection that already exist. You know what I mean? Old, new, whatever. I think I want to do that. It's time. I mean, look at what a struggle bus today's video is. So, so anyway, if you made it this far, leave me some purple emojis in the comments below. If you like my general vibe. Ew. You all right, bub? Okay. If you like my general vibe, then please subscribe, chill out. Like I just like to chill. I'm pretty relaxed with makeup, clearly. But yeah, thanks for being here. Thanks for subscribing. Welcome to all of the new people who have subscribed. And I just love that you're here and that you choose to spend your time with me. I think that's really cool. So thank you for that. Anyway. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one, whenever that happens to be. Okay, bye.